But I'd never be a vegan, because I once got into a bit of a confrontation with this vegan who said to be a devout vegan, you cannot eat honey. And the reason she gave was that bees are the slaves of men. Which that's a ridiculous statement, isn't it? I know she probably meant well and everything, but I was like, you know, what are we saying, that the hives, are they the ghettos of the bees? You know, was there a bee in the 1950s that went to the back of a bus and refused to get off, causing civil unrest, you know? Did the sort of protest for peace and equality end in the tragic death of Macaulay Culkin in the film My Girl? No, you crazy vegan bitch.
It's not easy having an androgynous look when you're 5'3", like me. You know, I get dressed up and I can call Marlene Dietrich in Berlin in the 30s, or like Bridget Nielsen and Grace Jones in the 80s, and then I go out and people go, oh. Isn't it sweet that little Jimmy Crankey's got an apprentice? Because I think you've got to be statuesque to really properly pull this look off. And the closest thing I'm ever going to get to looking statuesque is I might just about pass for one of those novelty pissing cherub fountains that people used to have in their gardens in the 80s, you know. And inappropriate water feature wasn't really what I was going for, to be honest. And I can't even do that anymore because people don't have them in their gardens, do they? So what would be the point? You know, I blame ground force for that. You know, I think Alan Titchmarsh is single-handedly responsible for the death of the novelty fountain industry in this country. And what's more, I think he did it on purpose. I think he came up with the whole idea of ground force just so he could tour the country, picking up hundreds of pissing cherub fountains on the cheap, shipping them all back to his back garden, and then fashioning himself a wig out of broad beans and twine. Just parading around his garden, pretending to be Medusa that had suddenly interrupted a child's paddling pool party.